Hey YouTube, I just walked in the door 4 minutes ago from getting back from New York Go Fest. So if you want to check out the Go Fest videos, I posted one yesterday morning and I posted one this morning. The one this morning has footage from the gameplay for the city event, plus beyond the hype of the actual entire weekend. So if you want to go check that out, you'll get a better idea of what these in-person events are like. And then I edited almost everything. Let's put in Great League Remix, because this is a Great League Remix. I don't have any videos myself, so I said, please send me some. And I got some submissions. And then the first submission here is from Mark, who decided to, in his words, um, I took all the winners of Remix and put them in one of the oldest cores, Mudboy Flyer, and boom, success. Went 11-1 with this team. And I'm in the 2600 range, approaching 2700. And I looked at this team and I said, oh, great, we're playing the Open Great League. And you're kind of correct in that you're taking the winners of the meta. Whiscash is banned. You sub in Quagsire. For some reason, they did not ban Gligar. No idea why. Gligar should be banned, but it's not. So just take Gligar because it's one of the best, safest Pokemon in the Open meta, even better in the Great League meta. And then Mantine, double flyer strategy. If you watch my videos for a while now, you'll know that double flyer strategy is one of the best strategies in Great League. So take out Skarmy as a flying option. Mantine is probably one of the best flyer options there are. Bulky, good against some of the meta here. Very strong overall. A couple of your other options like Steel, like some Bastiodon and stuff like that are banned. So probably makes it even better. So not surprised that this team went so well. Let's take a look at some battles. I don't know if you went 11-1, how much I can comment on it, but we'll see. Quagsire and Magnezone. So obviously this is a great league. They're going to get out into something. Let's see what they get out to. Jellicent. I don't even hate staying in and throwing the Stone Edge here just for some chip. And then you can do one of two things. Yeah, I was going to say you can either catch it. Catch it on Mantine, or just maybe shield and no, you probably have to switch to Mantine to finish this off with Wing Attack or Airlay. So took the first Shadow Ball. Second Shadow Ball will hurt, they can now flip switch if they want to. Now I would normally recommend keeping switch with a Quagsire, but it does not matter when you have a Gligar in the back. Obviously Gligar is not as strong as Quagsire with the Mud Shots, but yeah, well, Mud Shot, super effective, Aqua Tail neutral. You still have to get to the dig, and Wing Attack is resisted. So I would shield this. You don't have to. The reason I would shield it is that if they have a Magnus in the front, they probably have an answer to Quagsire in the back, which means they will maybe like a Grass or something. So I would not be surprised if they have an answer Quagsire in the back, which means that your Gligar is your win con here. So grab one shield, they end up shielding. Over farming because you're likely going to lose CMP anyways. You can live anything, but a wild charge will hurt. They try and catch, and they caught on a Poliwrath, or you just saw that it was a Poliwrath, and either way, this is straight farm up a little bit more. Yeah, you can even go one more, but that's fine. Just take this out because it's not like a Magnezone is going to have any sort of matchup here against a Quagsire Gligar core. So this is just going to be easy. Yeah, and this is kind of like a mid-game quit by your opponent here. So this game is over. Number 2. So you can see 2600 there. Jody, hey! That is hilarious. Let's see that name again. 12. Was he 12? I think so. I met a subscriber with that exact name at New York Go Fest. And also, if he is watching, hello to your girlfriend who is falling asleep to the sound of my voice, because I met them. Very lovely. Talked to both of them, and she said, yeah, I fall asleep to your voice because he watches your videos at night. So hello if you are watching. And hello if that is you. I forget what number you are. So hello if 12 is you. Obstagoon lead. So instant swap into Gligar, which is, I mean, I get that you're resisting the counters and you have 2 answers to resisting counters in the back. They do not have an immediate answer Do you need to switch out with this team? I don't think you need to, because Gligar and Mantine can deal with enough, right? Gligar is weak to ice. Mantine can neutral against ice. Mantine weak to electric. You resist electric on Gligar. I get that you're resisting counter in the back, so it makes sense to try and like pull it out. Getting the move off here, so you're gonna grab a shield or take this out. They're gonna shield and farm down because they have got energy, so they're gonna take that energy into this next matchup here. Do you try the aggressive mud shot down? They are throwing it with 1 HP left, so if this, as we'll say, probably gonna be a dig, but the mud shot went through, so oh yeah, mud shot's double resisted, so they get off a second one. That's why they baited Aerial Ace, because now they can get 2 moves off, so they get the 2 moves off. That's okay. They get alignment back, but Obstagoon wasn't like a hard counter to Quagsire. Again, you don't need to leave it here. It is just Shadow Quagsire. Obstagoon is like kind of sneaky tanky as long as you don't get like against a fighter Pokemon. Catch on Mantine. Mantine is very bulky, so I'd expect you to let this go. It is a Night Slash. No boost, please. It is a Jellicent. Okay, this is the second Jellicent we've seen in the 2600 range. Is Jellicent going to be a good Pokemon in this meta? I'm going to have to take a quick look at the remix ban list again, because my mind has not been on GBL. Fun fact, I have not played GBL in a week. Even more of an interesting fact, I don't miss it. But we will get back into the routine. I'm just tired of Pokemon right now. Like, it's go watch my video this morning. I think I talk about how you get like very exhausted from these events, and for someone who's generally an introvert, like there's a lot that it's a lot. So spamming the Aqua Tails, taking that down. Can you get to an Aqua Tail here? You can, yes, and they are out of here. Next match, Quagsire into Empoleon. Let's see if they stay. I was about to say, it is a good lead to a certain extent, but I think most at this point know, you can't do that. Well, yeah, okay. I was gonna say most know that you run Aqua Tail, Stone Edge, which both are resisted, and then you tried to catch both are resisted anyways on the Poliwrath, but gonna get hit with the Mantine, which is easily gonna take it. Just to finish the thought, let me stop it because I don't want to. It's fine if I ignore my battles, but I know people like when I actually analyze the people's battles. Jellicent, I was just thinking, is Jellicent good in this meta? What is banned that could potentially like harm it? Like you have Charjabug as the electric, you have Trevenant as a ghost that's going to outpace you. You have Lantern, which is banned. So there's a few things. There's Wiggly that's banned as a half normal typing. So there's a few things on this list, even for Alligator and Sandslash with the Shadow Claws. So there's a few things on the list that could be banned that could make Jellicent a bit better. That Aerial Ace not able to take out the Poliwrath. You will live the move. You're 2 times lower now, so this next move is not going to do much. You are going to get to 2 moves, which is why probably better to throw 2 Aerial Aces as opposed to 1 Water Pulse. Again, Aerial Ace 2 times lowered resisted is not going to do much at all, so they are going to let that go. Whatever you're going to come in with, you're going to have to eat a move or you're going to have to shield. Luckily, this is low enough that you can probably just Mud Shot Aqua Tail it from this range. Definitely worth the Hydro Cannon, shield, and I would be spamming like crazy right now these Mud Shot Aqua Tails to put pressure on your opponent. I would have put that pressure on with the Aqua Tail earlier. I would not have wanted to let that go. Is Aqua Tail a legacy move on Quagsire? I forget. But yeah, looks like they shielded anyways, which is interesting because that just shows me that they're probably weak in the back to this, or that was just a bad move in general. Aqua Tail is a legacy move. Yep. Yeah, and they are weak in the back with Gligar. Aqua Tail, legacy. Anything else legacy on this list? No. Or community. I say legacy and community moves interchangeably. Anything that has a star beside that you need a TM for. Okay, so this is a terrible lead for them. You got a lot of answers to this too. Well, Thunder Punch will hurt Mantine now. And speaking about hurting, getting your Mantine on a Poliwrath is a fairly easy one here. They shield. I know they're gonna lower your attack, but even so, it's still just gonna take 2 air releases. One wouldn't take you out anyway, so it's still gonna take 2. Would one take you out? I don't think so. I think you need like a crazy amount of wing attacks after. So that won't take you out. Again, you'll live, and then you're gonna live the counter, so you're gonna be able to take this out with shield advantage, which is already a great situation to be in on its own. It's an even better situation to be in when you have them so beat on the lead. And they come Jellicent, which again does not make sense when they're so badly beaten on the lead, that you'd want to keep that alignment after you just tried to fight for it. But okay. So spam this. At this point, just sacrifice the Gligar. They'll get a Surf off, probably even back to back here. Does that matter? You could have thrown one. You'll live with like 1 H. No, you're not going to. So here you just messed it up. Let's actually stop this because I actually have not talked about much about your timing, but this was a bad one. So Hex is a 3-turn move, and Wing Attack is a 2-turn move. So when you go 1 Wing Attack and have a move, you can just like throw that move there. So you could do 2 and then throw the move, and then you'll get it within their first Hex. As opposed to just like going for that extra wing attack, which now lets them get to a move, which then now takes you out. So it's weird that you would not apply that pressure on their last shield. Now you're going to have to start shielding here. Again, you should be fine just because what the lead was. It was such a hard win for Quagsire, but like not applying that shield pressure with the aerial ace there was a weird decision. Do Stone Edge to take it out. Typhlosion in the front. Not even running Incinerate. It is running Shadow Claw. So these Aqua Tails are going to come really quick here. And Typhlosion is pretty glassy, especially a Shadow on Shadow action here. So that will be taken out for the win. Again, we've seen this lead. Let's see if your opponent doesn't play it as bad this time. Because if you're going to stay in and take the mud shots, you throw the move, you throw the Hydro. You don't take the Hydro and stuff on other Pokemon. I know it was a Poliwrath, so everything was just... Did you even fake a Mud Bomb there? Or did they just shield an Aqua Tail straight up? Now going the Stone Edge. Which, oh my goodness, such a glassy Pokemon in the Great League. Yeah. Yeah, I think you just let it go and be taken out. Maybe 1 HP live? Yeah, I was about to say non-stab Aqua Tail from a Gudra. You may live that, and you do live that. Getting that Stone Edge off is huge. They get into their Gligar. Gonna get into the Mantine. You have the Water Pulse. They can only throw the Aerial Ace on you. Mantine being tanky. You can live 1. Yeah, you all ruined my vibe there with GoFest. I finally got a 0 attack Mantine with like somewhat higher defensive and stamina stats. I'm like, hey guys, I finally got one. And people are like, yeah, this is a weird breakpoint. It only gets like 1470 and it's a 360 rank. I'm just like, you guys are no fun. So I got the 1 Water Pulse off blocked, but that's fine. Wing Attack is just so spammy with on Mantine now, so that takes out. Now you have a very low Gudra. Even an Aqua Tail is not going to take you out from this range on a non-Shadow Gligar. Quagsire, Magnezone, again, great lead. So you've gotten a lot of good leads, again, but that's not even like a shot at like you being like, oh, of course you went 11-1. You got a lot of great leads. It's, if you watch my videos for a while now, I've said multiple times, I love running Quagsire on the lead because it has one weakness, right? That's why Mud Boys are so safe, because they're only weak to grass. And Quagsire, unlike Swampert, has that like Stone Edge coverage for some flyers that Swampert would have trouble with like Altaria stuff. So now the Magnezone comes back in. The Magnezone's drawing dead, so maybe they try and sweep with whatever's in the back. They're going to get to another move here. All they need is a mirror shot. I'd be very surprised if it's anything but. That's enough to take you out. Coming in the Quagsire, and they eventually get into a Razor Leaf Tropius. And now you get a flying Pokemon on this. I would shield this. Yeah, because Razor Leafs are neutral, so and they would add up, and this Leaf Blade would add up. So if you did not shield that, you could potentially get Razor Leaf down, and then Quagsire would be taken out. So you had to shield that move. And you need to basically get this out here at all costs. Like, you do not want your Quagsire to see this. You will get deleted in a second, especially with a resistant mud shot. So they are basically just going to try and, yeah, I guess that's its play, but it's still like they're kind of screwed. Like, this is a pretty hard counter team. The only play was to try and like farm you down and come out with like multiple moves. The mirror shots resisted. Everything was resisted. But I think Wild Charge maybe could have put you low enough. So, won that game. Another good lead. Okay, we've seen this. So, going to throw the Aqua Tail and then potentially bail into Mantine again, just having that health advantage and having 2 flyers in the back and having such a good lead on the front. Worth just bailing into, taking, okay, return, so which means you're going to have to throw before this foul play. Which means these Volt Switches, oh, they're going to move it to the 1 shield. Now you're still going to have to throw, because otherwise they're going to claw you down. Are they trying that hard to flip switch? Do they think they can claw you down before you can get to another move here? Ooh, simultaneous. So they were half right. They can claw you down before you get the move off, but now it's I mean, they're screwed anyways. So their back Pokemon is a Carbink, and that Pokemon sucks against Quagsire too. What are these team comps in the 2600 range? Like, you know Whiscash is banned, but Quagsire, which is everywhere in this meta, and oh, was that a different team? Did I miss something? Or Carbink was on the lead. Sorry. It's been a long weekend and a long drive. My bad. Okay, Giratina and Carbink. Carbink was the lead. It wasn't a Magnezone. Sorry. Carbink, weak to ground. I mean, Giratina is neutral against ground, and one of the main grounds is the Mud Boys, which Giratina will do fine against. Okay. And then Carbink's weak to grass. And okay. Never mind. Your opponent knows how to team build. That's my bad. They get the farm down, but a lot of damage has been done there. Shadow Ball will hurt, but you have a I would probably use it. Yeah, this is going to hurt. Even if it's a bait, yeah. It was likely a bait because they kind of put you in the situation where you had to shield it. But already at a move, you cannot leave Giratina, and you'll get the dig off here. Counting properly. Yeah, you cannot leave Giratina with no shields, and that's not how you use Giratina. Fine, I'm going after your opponent for instead of team comp. I'm going after how you use the team. You cannot use Giratina with 0 shields in this meta. You need shields for it. Okay, I expect an instant swap because you have answers for it. Okay, so this is the first, at least somewhat challenge. You had a bad lead with Quagsire into Poliwrath. You have 2 answers in the back. Coming Gligar, got some farm there. They haven't moved, and then they decide to go into. I kind of get why but I'm surprised they didn't like just shield once and grab a shield back from you and lower your attack before getting into this matchup, as opposed to coming in and having a ton of energy on your end. Water Pulse, not quite enough to take out. I could see them shielding. In fact, if I was them, I would shield. Or they just live it. Okay. I was going to try and take Switch if I was them, because I think that having Poliwrath on the Quagsire is a huge, huge advantage. So I would have said shield it, but they clearly had enough health to live that. And a lot of energy. Is that back-to-back, almost back-to-back Water Pulses together? I know they got a few more. So I guess, sorry, I guess you got taken down with the 1 HP there. Could be a Stone Edge. You have 2 shields. Might as well start using them. And the first bait, nicely done, because they kind of need to bait you. If they are going to land a Stone Edge, those air laces are going to come way too quick. So they need to bait you at least once, probably twice. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a second Aquatail bait. No, okay. A lot of, yeah, a lot. There's no hard rule, but a lot of times once they bait once, they do want to just nuke the second time to try and grab that shield. I don't think they can get to a third one before you outpace, and they can't, so they try and catch. And so at this point, I think you're just going to let this go all the way down, try and force them to throw. Icy Wind won't even take you out. It's only neutral, and you're non-stab and too bulky, so you can farm down, come out with a move, force them to throw their move. They'll win CMP and take you out here, but that just dries their energy, and then you'll have a huge advantage in the back with health here. So take them out with the Aquatail. Still, there was like 26 minutes of battle, so this is gonna be a longer video, and this morning's gonna be longer. I'm actually just let's just talk about the start of this. Whenever you see a Defenseoxys on the lead, especially with moves like Rock Slide and Thunderbolt that are very much resisted by you, I would 100% expect a Psycho Boost in Bale, because that is the absolute smart play. Psycho Boost does do good chip. What are they switching to? A Mirror Match Quagsire. Nice catch on the Mantine. Seeing that they threw right on that on the first time, they do that again the second time. They will get to a Stone Edge. I don't know counts. Yeah, okay, that is a Stone Edge. Enough to, that seemed fast, but I guess that was the 6th or 7th they needed. Mudshot down is gonna be tough, so they're gonna need to throw Aquatail, and they do on CMP. Okay, so good. Good take there. Now what do you do? If you come in Gligar, you're behind on energy. Yeah, you have to come Quagsire, because if you come Gligar, you're behind on energy, and they only need 4 to Aquatail, and then you're just in a bad situation. So you need to just come in here and get rid of this. Guzzlord. Oh, this is tough. How many? That seemed like bad timing. Let me just see. So you take this out here with the Aquatail. And then you go 1, 2, 3, and they get the fourth. Was that 3? Don't throw on 3, because that's it's a third of a 3-turn move, and you have a 2-turn move, so you can't throw on 3, because that's 6 and 6. So they would get an Aquatail through. This is interesting that they're coming in here. I guess they're just going to sacrifice it. I wouldn't have thrown this. Well, just like take this. They should be going. I guess use CMP them before they get to the next one. So they have to just let this go and just try and go 2-shield Guzzlord. But the Guzzlord, why did they let that move go through? Hoping that they can just like Dragon Tail and double shield and overpower you that way. But they're really low. Oh, okay. You're lower. You're lower. Okay, so smart. I still would have used a shield if I were them, but okay. Good recognition that the Guzzlord was the win con there. Okay, so we just saw this. Let's see if they maybe don't throw right on 5 here and go a little more. So you get the Aquatail off. I expect them to go like 10, and yeah. I was going to say, that's, I don't know if that's 10, but it's like 8 or 9. And then throw. Interesting. And they're not getting out. They don't need to. Because here's the thing. They'll live this. If they throw Psycho, and they eat it first before they come in here. I was going to say, if they throw Psycho Boost, there's a potential that they could still take you out. Because you're low enough that even a 2 times lowered move would still probably be enough to take you out. But they bank that move and then come in here. Unfortunately, what here is an answered Mantine. Right now we're looking at double counter user team, right? Defenseoxys and Poliwrath both with counter. Which makes, I haven't played yet, makes me a little nervous. Triple counter team. So this team is not, as soon as the Obstagoon came out, I recognize this team because this team's not new. This is a triple counter team. Was Poliwrath always the second one, or is it a different Pokemon? Defenseoxys usually was one, and Obstagoon for sure was one. I forget what the third counter... Usually it's Vigoroth, I think. Is it Vigoroth? I think it was Defenseoxys or Medi, and then Vigoroth and Obstagoon. Triple counter team. This is not new. It's a team that's been around for a while, but it's a team that I have not seen a ton of. And I think the increase of like the Mantine Gligar double flyer core, Skarmory, and then just the double flyer core that is around makes it a little tougher to run a triple counter team. But maybe Annihilate can take one of those spots now. Instead of Obstagoon, put in like an Annihilate for a triple counter team. Yeah. But then if your Defenseoxys is the other one, then you've got a couple ghost weakness there. It's a little trickier. Anyways, get off the dig. Take this out with a shield advantage for the win. Okay, there's 4 more minutes of battles. We'll see if I want to do them all. I already saw the loss, and if you won every single one. Okay, this one's a bad lead, so let's see where you go here. Yeah. Going to stay into at least... Yeah, because if you come Gligar, you're behind on energy, then you're probably in a bad situation. Going for the bait to see if you can grab a shield, and you can, which is nice. You'll live one move. Obviously, they maybe get to a... Oh, it's a water pulse, so you should now get to the move before they do. Yeah, so once they dump the water pulse, you will definitely get to a move. Going exactly, force this last shield. There's no point of baiting twice. Get that last shield or do an insane amount of damage. Going to just let this go. So here we go. Like I said, you do not need to move. Gligar and Mantine cover each other's weakness enough to not have to bail out of the lead matchup. And with a flyer on the front, there's more likely that they have some sort of like Mud Boy or fighter in the back, because you have to if you're going to use a flyer on the front, you need an answer to steals and stuff on the back, and the Mud Boys and the fighters are your best answer to it. So it makes sense that you're now seeing it here. So having that little bit of energy advantage, not a little bit, a lot of energy advantage, is a nice situation to be in. You're just saying, if you're going to Stone Edge me, and I'll run with Gligar here. I'll shield an Aqua Tail, or Stone Edge. Are they running Mud Bomb? Did I miss the Mud Bomb? Okay, there goes Stone Edge. So I'm guessing they have Mud Bomb. Maybe I just missed it. Oh, it's a Scrafty, and they are so far behind on energy. This is going to be a real bad situation for them. So, yeah, they just top left. Okay. Never mind. Okay, good lead here with the Aqua Tail. You're just going to outspam it. Sometimes I like to go to 5 here. Yeah, okay. Good heads up on you. Are you going to double Aqua Tail, or are you going to come Mantine? Are you going to try and catch? What's going to happen here? I don't know. Let's find out. Get the double Aqua Tail off. 1 and catch. Nope. Try CMP catch. I'm going to make a video. This is perfect. I know exactly the video I'm going to make, because a subscriber at GoFast asked me, when do I catch? And I was like, there's no rules to catching like there is in fast move optimization. Like fast move optimization, there are set rules that you need to do to fast move optimization properly. Catching, there's a lot of like by feel, but there are general rules that I go by that when people do try and catch. So like when I said like after a charge move, 1 fast move and then catch, that's an easy time. When I'm playing against a better opponent, it's either 1 before I get to a charge move, or when I'm going to CMP and lose CMP, like that. So like this situation right here where your opponent is just waiting for you to get to like CMP or 1 before CMP and then you catch it there. That's another one of those instances where where catching is likely to happen. And that is exactly what happened here. And you shield up the Stoners properly. So now you can just farm down. They have a move, but it's only an aerial ace. And you are loaded. So the question is, are you just going to go straight Water Pulse? You're almost at 2 moves here. Might as well just hit them with the super effective move. They may shield back and match. Nope, they do not. So now you can just go aerial ace. You don't even need to go for that. You can live. I would start throwing these aerial aces. Start putting pressure on. So that's the only thing I've noticed that's glaring of an issue, in my opinion. You do not put on, and as a Polyrath, so you're just going to kill this thing in the back. You do not put on the pressure for the shields that you try to over farm too much that it costs you putting pressure on their shields and at the expense of like them putting pressure on your Pokemon. Like, again, you already saw it happen when you had your whole Gligar go down with the move. I just saw it again here where you're just like over farmed and they can get like another move off. Like you're putting like a lot of pressure on your Pokemon for shielding and stuff when you have so much energy that's you're going down with, as opposed to like your opponent Pokemon, which are like you're just letting them off the hook, right? You're not forcing shield. You're not forcing them to make decisions on their energy. Like in those scenarios, you should be putting your opponent in like tricky situations of like, okay, what do I do here? Do I go down with his energy? Do I burn another shield? Like, so over farming is good because that's part of like energy management. So you want to try to over farm where possible, but don't do it at the expense of like having to give up a shield yourself or having a Pokemon go down yourself and not putting pressure on their shields. So just keep that in mind. But thank you for this mission. Like I said, it is currently 10:50 on Monday night. We just got back like right just after 10. I'm shooting this. I'm still trying to upload. I have most of the morning video edited, but I did the other section, the 16-minute analysis Beyond the Hype on my phone. So I'm trying to have it upload while I do this, and then I gotta finish that video so I can post that for the morning and then this in the afternoon. I have not touched GBL in a week, so I will look through the Great League. I will look through submissions and probably showcase yours over the next couple days before I start playing again and then focus on mine. So thanks for the submission. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.